Allahim La, Elahayna Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, Wa Malakia Bashim, Harawat Wakakurash, Barakathum, the water by Baba, Wakwam Yasharala. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach us daily, and to the men out there teaching a lightwise doctrine and say Shalom. Today we're going to get into a video where this Jake, he's recognizing the writing on the wall. But see, a lot of you so-called black Christians, y'all still pretending that y'all can't see what's coming down the pipe, which is cool because it's designed, if the Lord want to catch you off guard, that's exactly what he's going to do. So it's not designed for everybody. The truth is not designed for everybody. You know why? Because a lot of people, there's more people that deny the truth than accept it, which makes sense because 1/3 is a smaller number than 2/3. But yeah, this Jake, he's basically, he's putting it out there how it's about to go down. And we told y'all, Salaki, y'all ain't acting up fast enough for Trump. So he's going to lie like he always does, number one. And number two, he's making it very blatant. He's making it very obvious that he's declaring war on so-called cities that's predominantly black. Now, I was listening to this Edomite earlier, and he stated this. He said that legally, Trump can put Washington, D.C. under martial law because D.C. is not a state. It's a, I think it's federal land, some federal territory, but it's not a legal state. But if he wants to do this in a regular state, he has to do it either at the governor's request or permission. He can't do it on his own. That would be illegal. But we see that this man don't give a fuck about what's legal. And that's just the God honest truth. And ain't no way around that. Y'all gonna pretend y'all don't see what this man is doing. Okay, keep on pretending. Now, Esau catching hell because they let Trump get away with too much. Now they're trying to put the animal back in the cage. Too late. Y'all should have nipped it in the bud before it got this big. Now this man is out of control. And all y'all doing is crying in your cars. Where's all that violence? Where's all that rage y'all got towards us? Just what I thought. Let's go ahead and grab the video. Name of this video is Nero Trump has declared war on Judah. As the saying goes, Israel gets it first, Judah gets it worse. And that's right. Let's go ahead and play it. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Let's get it.
I warned you throughout last year that these days would come if people help re-elect Donald Trump. Now, why am I saying this? Because Trump has declared war on Black America. What else is it when he orders the military to provide resources to law enforcement and then unleashes those cops and the National Guard into the blackest city in America? And then he promises to unleash them also in other black cities in America. And we know they're coming into black neighborhoods because Trump said that blacks commit most of the crime in this country, which isn't true. And he said that to thunderous applause in a black Detroit church.
See that? You heard what he just said? You Christians, y'all applaud your own destruction at the hands of your enemy. What sense does that make?
So, hello, stop and frisk, and bye-bye due process. Bye-bye equal protection. Bye-bye Fourth Amendment. Bye-bye reasonable suspicion, probable cause, see you later, and so forth. I say this because I've been a practicing criminal defense and civil rights attorney for almost 2 decades.
Now, what he's not telling you is that all those so-called rights he just went down the list on, you never had that never applied to black and brown. They just told you it did. Because to this day, 2025, and the Constitution, it still states that the so-called black man is 3/5 of a human. So those constitutional rights and amendments don't apply to you. They never did. Esau never tell you this to your face because he's not built like that. But he shows you every chance he gets. So you people believing that you got rights in the land of your enemy, y'all delusional as hell. Because all this man's been doing for the past 2,000 plus years is murdering you, stealing from you, lying on you. But you think you equal. Okay, keep thinking that.
And I know what's going on. I know what's coming. Now, to be good for my colleagues and me to have this beefed up law enforcement. But here's the thing. Crime has been on a sharp downward turn since the 1990s. There's no need for militarized cops, but there is a need for some of the very programs that Trump got rid of in order to pass his big ugly bill. Specifically, there's a need for early childhood education. There's a need for Head Start. There's a need to increase the federal minimum wage. There's a need to increase affordable housing. We need him to stop firing black women employees in D.C. I mean, think about that. He's firing so many black women in the federal government that unemployment for black women is rising, and for black people generally. Then he want to send militarized cops into our neighborhoods at our sons. I mean, that is crazy.
That's not crazy. That's Esau. Now, do you get it, black people? We told y'all before this even happened, y'all ain't acting up fast enough for Trump. So what is he's going to do? He's going to send the military and the police to pick a fight with you and blame you.
In fact, what this is, to be exact, is authoritarianism imposing fascism to protect white supremacy. Once again, this is authoritarianism imposing fascism in order to protect white supremacy. And oh yeah, the pro-black imposters who helped Trump get reelected is now trying to sound outraged that he's doing this to DC. But he wouldn't be doing this perhaps if they hadn't told so many people to either vote for Trump or vote the couch. That is why they're pro-black imposters. Remember.
All right. We told y'all. We told y'all. We told y'all. Y'all ain't acting up fast enough. So he just decided to lie on you. And it's a distraction from the Epstein files. Never forget that. Now, this is my thing here. If we so-called make up 14% of the population, why is it that the top 4 or 5 cities, the biggest cities in America, are predominantly black? Let's say that 14% measures up to just 5 people. Now, if we make up a total of 14%, that means there should be less than 5 people in prison, right? So-called black. Why is it that so-called black people have the highest population in prison? Because that 14% is a lie. So you take 14% of 5. That's supposed to be in the prison. That means that if that 14% was true, it should be less than 5. Wait, well, let me do the math on it. You know what? Let's do it like that. Let's take 14% of 5. I'm trying to prove something to you. That's equal to 0.7. So that means that 0.7 of so-called black people are in prison. That means the other nations are supposed to be way less than 0.7. But it's not. So once again, if we make up the majority of the major cities in the United States, and we make up the majority of the prison population, how does our total population equal 14%? It's a fucking lie. He said it just now in this video. He's doing this to protect white supremacy because they know they are the minority. They don't want you to know that, but we know it because the Lord said that the children of Israel shall be counted as the sand of the sea and cannot be measured because you don't know who's Israel because of what? Thousands of years of rape, robbery, murder, mingling with the other nations. We don't look how we looked 2,000 years ago. You can have Israelites that look like Edomites and vice versa. But let's get into some scriptures, man. And we can start with Jeremiah. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. That's what's coming. So don't be listening to your lying ass pastor talking about it ain't gonna be no Jacob's trouble. Much as Trump lies, hell yeah, he finna send these people to pick a fight with you and lie about it and blame you. He talking about the crime that went up in DC. Hell yeah, it went up in DC since you got in office. Because that's the only crime anybody sees in DC right now. You and your cohorts. You and your constituents. You probably got the highest felony count in the state of Maryland. But everybody else is a criminal. Why stop? 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices. We see the play. We told you was going to do this. Go to the book of First Maccabees. Where is it? Chapter 7. Oh, it's like it's 2nd Maccabees. Hold on. And you know why we told you was going to do this? Because the Bible told us you was going to do this. 2nd Maccabees chapter 7, verse 31. And thou, that has been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews, shall not escape the hands of Yahweh. All you doing was earning your judgment, fool. Let's get this one. This is Psalm chapter 55, verse 20. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant. It ain't shit for Esau to start wars. Look how he doing his allies. There's another one. Psalm chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. If y'all don't see this man drawing his sword on y'all, not only has he declared war on his own citizens, he's declared war. He's been declared war on you Israelites. Why you think he firing you with government jobs left and right? Because he hates you. You thought you was good, then you thought you was a good case, didn't you, Eve? And we told y'all about this snake, but y'all chose to trust him anyway. Now look at you. Mm-hmm. Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You gave me a job, girl. Okay. Mm-hmm. Same way he gave it to you. He took it away, didn't he? Yeah. Okay. So what did you learn? Never trust thine enemy. I told you. Now let's go to Sirach chapter 12, verse 3. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. The scriptures state, roughly paraphrasing, that he does not sleep unless he calls some to fall. This man is always on some sneaky shit plotting. That's why the Lord's gonna get rid of him. Ain't nobody got time to watch your sneaky lying ass. Now let's go to chapter 11:30. Yep. Still in Sirach chapter 11, verse 31. For he lieth in wait and turneth good into evil, and in things worthy praise will lay blame upon thee. See? He blaming us, lying on us again. When he's the biggest criminal in the state of Maryland, in DC. I challenge y'all to show me somebody with more than 34 felonies still free. Sirach chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. That's all they meditate on. How to lock you up, how to false accuse you and make it stick. Let's keep rolling. Let's go to Jeremiah. That ain't where I'm looking for. Hold on, y'all. So this is Psalm chapter 37, verse 7. Rest in the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Verse 9, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. Not Trump, not Putin, not Xi Jinping, none of these people. They're going into captivity if they survive. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. Isaiah chapter 32, verse 6. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord Yahweh, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. Verse 7. The instruments of the churl are evil. Churl is a mean, wicked, spirited person. He devises wicked schemes to destroy the poor with lying words. Even when the needy speaketh right. That's all this man does, false accuse us, lie on us. Esau, that's him. Second Peter chapter 2, verse 9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment, to be punished. Y'all ain't getting away with shit. You're earning your judgment, baby. This is why we said Edomites building their own prisons. Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 12, and they said, there is no hope, but we will walk after our own devices, and we will everyone do the imagination of his evil heart. That's what's going to get you right there, doing what you want to do. These people just don't know they're building their own prisons. So you better make them comfortable, because you're going to be there for the next 1,000 years. Because it's this attitude right here. We're going to do what we want to do. Okay, bet. The Lord going to do what he want to do. Job chapter 15, verse 35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit. Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 29. The people of the land have used oppression and exercised robbery, and have vexed the poor and needy. Yeah, they have oppressed the stranger wrongfully. They still doing that to this day. It's only waxing worse and worse, but it's coming to an end, and they finna catch these heavenly flops from the Lord. Proverbs chapter 26, verse 24. He that hateth disassembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him. When he speaketh fair, believeth him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be shown before the whole congregation. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it shall return upon him. A lying tongue hated those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. When he lies on you, he hates you. You ain't gonna allow nobody you respect, right? Okay. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. This spoiled ass, orange ass man ain't never been punished. Therefore, his heart is fully set to do evil. I mean, what's the consequence? This man got 34 felonies. He's the president. Don't blame the spoiled child for being spoiled and bad. Blame the legal system that did not beat his ass. And who's running this legal system? Other Edomites, Republicans, the Senate, all your little systems of checks and balances somehow thrown out the window now. And now this man hogged all your power and got y'all spooked. So yeah, don't blame the spoiled child for being spoiled. Blame the people who's supposed to put these laws on his ass but didn't. And the answer is simple. Charge him with treason. Impeach him. Make him serve out these 34 felonies, but that's not going to happen because that's the right thing to do. I still don't see why, if you've been impeached ever, you should be ineligible to run. But you know how they bend, break, twist the rules for Edomites because the rules apply to everybody else and not Edom. That's why this country is in the condition it's in, because y'all don't fully enforce the law. Y'all make, break, ignore, enforce the law at your will. That's why you in this condition, Esau and other Edomites, because you let too much slide. Let's get a couple more. Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they cover fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for the time's evil. Talk about Esau. You ain't gonna wiggle your little slimy ass out of this. You gonna wiggle your ass right into captivity. Psalms chapter 37, verse 32. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. That's been Esau's whole existence right there. Psalm chapter 31, verse 18. Let the lying lips be put to silence, which speak grievous things proudly and contemptuously against the righteous. Always lying on us, always blaming their shit on us. It's funny to me that ain't shit your fault, but you in charge. But ain't shit your fault. Boy, stop. Let's go here. That ain't it. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. We told y'all the Lord put Trump in office to destroy America, not to save it. If he wanted America to go on, he wouldn't have gave you Trump. So while you plotting to do fuck shit to us, This is what the Lord got for you. Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 12. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and had greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will stretch out man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. These are Edomites. Verse 14, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to mine fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh. So while you plan to put flops on us, the Lord has got it in the plans for us to put flops on you. So, yeah. We're going to see how all your military weapons and your hoodies, you know how Esau loved to hide his identity while he doing wickedness. We're going to see how your military weapons pan out against immortals. Call halayim la lahai now Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, Wa Malakia, Bahashem, Harawat, Wakak, Wadash, Barakathum, the water by Babal, Wakwam Yasharala. Shalom.